Miss Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, you know, life has its ups and downs. Sometimes we make good decisions and good things happen. Sometimes we make bad decisions and bad things happen. Sometimes good or bad things happen through no fault of our own. They just happen. And when bad things happen, we feel mad or we're angry, we're upset, we're bitter, and we need to get over it. We need to accept it, that it's reality, and move forward. Some people say, hey, it was God's will. Others say it's fate, destiny, predestination. Whatever you got to do, you got to do it, because if you don't accept a problem, it's going to cause you more problems. Now, when you go to the movies, a lot of times they'll say, this is a true story. I always wondered about that, because does that make the movie better? Well, I'm going to tell you a true story. About 30 years ago, I took the family on vacation to Cancun. And about 30 years ago, video cameras had just become affordable to the public. And I loved taking pictures, and I was just fascinated. I couldn't believe you could just push a button and video something and immediately take the tape and put it in your TV and watch it. Man, I was thrilled. I was going to be able to document my kids growing up, birthdays, vacations, holidays. I'd be an old man, I could watch my life. So I was so excited. And we got to Cancun. It was a tour. And we got on the tour buses, and they took us to the resort. We got to the resort, and all kinds of workers came out helping all the people with luggage. There was a lot of chaos because you had about 50 people getting off the bus. And I'm a hyper person. And man, I wanted to hurry up, get to the hotel, get to the room, get into our swimming clothes, and get to the beach so I could start videoing. So I was rushing everybody. When everybody was ready, I couldn't find my camera. I looked and looked, tore the place apart, couldn't find it. I started to panic. Ran out to the buses and asked everybody, hey, I'm missing my camera. It was in a bag. No one could find it. Looked in the buses, asked everybody. Went in the office, pleaded with them. Nope. Bottom line, I had to face reality. It was stolen. I know I had it on the bus, so someone stole my camera. I was angry. I was pissed, blah, blah. My vacation was ruined. I wasn't going to be able to document this beautiful vacation, never get to see it on video. Murphy's Law hit me. I had to accept it. God's will, fate, destiny, predestination, whatever. Took a deep breath and, hey, that's it. Move on. Now, I'm also a fishing fanatic, and part of my trip was I wanted to go fishing. But I wanted to go fishing where the locals go, not where the regular people fish. So I asked around, and they said there was a river outside of town that went into the ocean, and that's where the locals fished. And any taxi would take me there. And every car in Cancun is a taxi. So I told the family I'd be right back, got my spinning reel, hopped on a taxi and asked him to take me to this river where the locals fished. So he took me. Turned out to be about 10 miles outside of town. And got there, dropped me off. I ran under the bridge, and sure enough, there's these people fishing with little hand lines. And I thought, man, this is great. I got a spinning reel with my lure. I put it together, put my spoon lure on there, and made my first throw, and broke the line, broke my pole, and my fishing trip was over. I was stunned. Murphy's Law had hit me again. I couldn't believe it. But once again, hey, I had to accept reality. God's will, fate, destiny, predestination, whatever. Hey, accept it and move on. Well, I just now realized it was kind of getting to be dusk. I didn't realize it was that late, so I thought I'd better head back. So I went up to the road to get me a taxi. 30 minutes went by, 45 minutes went by, no taxi, no car, nothing, no traffic. And then it hit me how stupid I was. There's no taxis out here 10 miles outside of town. I couldn't believe the situation I put myself in. I was at least 10 miles that I had to walk, and it was going to get dark in about 10 minutes, and I noticed there was no street light, so it's going to be dark. Some wild animal going to get me, some wolf or something. Plus, they'd warned us, hey, be careful. You know, Americans get robbed, so don't go down dark alleys. Don't walk by yourself. Here I am 10 miles outside of town, going to be walking 10 miles. I was in some big trouble. Of course, I'm upset. I'm angry. I'm mad at myself. Hey, I got to accept it. Murphy's Law hit me again. God's will, destiny, fate. Okay, man, I got to just accept it. I'm going to walk 10 miles. Then I see some car lights. I thought, whoa, car's coming. Put out my thumb. Then I thought, whoa, maybe I shouldn't put out my thumb, man. Who's going to pick me up? They're going to rob me more than likely. I thought, darn, what do I do? At that point, the car drove by, and I saw it was two Americans in a Volkswagen, and they stared at me. And I put out my thumb, and I tried to smile, and they just went on past me. And I thought, okay, man, let's go for a 10-mile walk in the dark. And then I noticed that the car stopped. So I ran over to them as fast as I could, hopped in the car. Thank you, thank you, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I tried to explain to them real quickly how stupid I was. I got in this situation. I made a mistake, and they saved my life. And, man, I'm going to buy them dinner, and, I'm staying at this resort. I appreciate it. And the guy goes, I'll be honest with you, man. My wife was yelling at me not to pick you up. Now, I understand. I wouldn't have picked anybody else up. Man, it's a miracle you picked me up. I appreciate it. He goes, well, it's more than a miracle because we weren't going to rent a car until the next day. And at the last second, I decided to do it, and then I got lost. That's why I came out here. Plus, I told my wife, I think I saw that guy on the Continental. Were you on Continental? Well, yeah, I was. You got 4 kids? I go, yes, I do. I was sitting right behind you. I go, what a miracle. I can't believe that. So you're sitting behind me in Continental. What are the chances that you're on Continental, because there's a million planes coming in and out of Cancun, and that you're sitting behind me, and that you would recognize me? Because I was just standing here. He goes, hey, that's life. And I said, man, well, I've been blessed. Again, I appreciate it. And, man, I'm buying y'all dinner. You saved my life. And then he goes, did you find your camera? I go, what? Did you find your camera? How did you know I lost my camera? Well, I saw you looking for it and asking people. And then I saw you going to the office. And then I saw the guy who picked it up. He was looking around, and he was going to the office. So I thought he gave it to you. He did not, man. I went to the office, and they said they didn't have it. I don't believe it. I can't believe that you knew about my camera. He says, well, will you be my witness? Sure. I'm going to go to the office, and I'm going to be an ugly American. I'm going to get in there and demand my camera. So you'll come with me? Sure. Man, 2 steak dinners. So we get there. I go in the office, and, hey, man, I want my camera. I got a witness. We don't have it. All right, I'm going to call the police then. I want my camera. The guy goes, well, let me go look. He comes back. Is this your camera? Yes, thank you. Anyway, miracle. What are the chances that he would be on my plane, that he would be sitting behind me, that he would recognize me, that he would see my camera missing, that he would see the guy take it? Unbelievable. The bottom line is fate, destiny, predestination, or God's will. Whatever you want to believe in. But when bad things happen, you have to accept it, move forward, and have faith or belief that things will work out. Sometimes they do. And that is a true story.